So yeah, let's hit spot lock really fast. The Autopilot 120, for the past 4 years, I mean, it has done its job. It's been a great fishing platform. I completely abused this thing because it was free. Old Town reached out and sent me this kayak, and being that it didn't cost anything, I wanted to do you all, the consumer, a public service and show y'all exactly how much abuse this thing can take. So I didn't want to baby it, didn't want to keep it in showroom condition or anything like that. I really wanted y'all to see what your hard-earned money would get you for this kayak, and I think I have shown that through the past 4 years. What else is there to say about the kayak aside of the fact that it is probably the closest that I have ever come to hands-free fishing? I mean, I do have to take my attention away from the rod and reel to manipulate the motor, but if you lock it in a straight forward position and you're trolling and you use the foot pedals, you can control your direction. And that right there, to me, is like true hands-free fishing. I have stood up in my seat to sight cast in the back lakes of a lot of marsh systems. Whenever you get about 10 inches or so off of the deck of your fishing platform, that little bit of extra height allows you to truly like reach out and see what's going on in them back lakes, on those shallow mud flats or whatever it is that you're fishing. You can literally see redfish out there doing their thing, and you're able to cast at them and catch fish by just sight fishing. And I've done that by standing in this seat. Maintenance on this thing, it's really not had much replaced aside of the rudder cables on each side have been replaced once each time. On this one right here to my left hand side, I did replace that one before I reached out to Old Town on trying to get a replacement stainless steel cable, which is what they provide with the kayak. And I went to Lowe's and just grabbed the same size cable, but it wasn't stainless, and what happened was that it rusted inside the tube that runs from the front all the way to the rear, where it exits out of the cable exits out of the kayak and attaches to your rudder. That was pretty bad. Old Town sent me a stainless cable and I put that on, and yeah, it was one of the things that I've had to do as far as maintenance goes. And then the other thing was, let's see, the prop, the shear pin had to be replaced. I don't know how many times, so definitely stock up on those if you're thinking about getting this kayak, or if you already have it, you're going to want those shear pins. And the actual plastic prop itself, I've replaced that once because it cracked on the internals where it seats into that shear pin. And then I do want to say that's it. The motor's on its last leg. It's still operational, but it makes a lot of clanking noise. So we'll probably get a new motor for this kayak so that it can continue forward. I do have a cart that Malone gave to the channel, and it does fit this kayak perfectly, but I want to say after the first 2 years I just completely stopped using it. The plastic, it is so thick that I have drug this kayak around for 2 years straight, and we're talking concrete boat ramps like the one y'all just saw me launch off of today, oyster and shell mix that I dragged the kayak through or scoot along, and I have not worn any holes. The sacrificial skid plate that's on the bow and the stern of the kayak have both been worn down even to the hull itself, so it's like flush, but they have not been replaced, and I have yet to wear a hole out dragging this thing around. And wow, something just came up here and blew up at the surface. But yeah, I think that speaks to like the quality of the hull and just how good it is, how durable it's going to be, and you can go into a purchase knowing that you've got something that's going to last probably a lifetime, unless you're fishing every day and you're constantly just dragging this thing around everywhere you go. This kayak will last you. Again, no holes developed at all, and no care or anything like that to try and fix anything up. In order to prolong its life, I do think I will try and locate some more sacrificial skid plates to put on them. I don't know how I'm gonna get those screws off, because they have been like clearly sheared through the kayak itself, or not the kayak, but as you drag the kayak, it has like completely sanded them down. It filed them down nice and smooth, so I have to figure out a way. And I don't have an easy out that's small enough to get them screws out, so we'll figure that out as we go. All right, so let's switch this out now. Let's go to a subsurface. Hyperlastics, Patrick Seville Creations, Nat Shrimp SK 4-inch. It's different than any other shrimp that I've ever used, so hopefully it's going to be able to catch some fish. I've been wanting to use it for quite some time, and yeah, let's go out with a bang for this end of year fishing trip. So here's what that shrimp looks like right there. Another thing is the fish finder and the use of side scan with the image being blocked because of the transducer having to be tucked up inside the hull. I don't have an issue with that. This one does have down and side imaging, and there is no interference whatsoever. The hull does not block my transducer. I do want to say that one of the longer ones will fit underneath the kayak itself, and the wires can be ran through the hull all the way up over here. So there's really no issue with mounting a fish finder. You can put it on both sides. Old Town does have it pre-rigged so that you can wire it on whichever side you prefer. Oh, there we go. Right off the bottom. It's going to be a keeper. Well, did I say it was going to be a keeper? We're actually not going to keep him, and I'll show you why here quickly. Look at that sore he's got on him. Buddy, you can go back down there and doctor that stuff up, because we are not going to take you home because of that. Look at that. That is nasty. I don't know what he's got living inside him, but it's pretty disgusting. I would help you with that, but I just cannot, dude. All right, so first keeper of the day is going back in the water. We'll still try to catch us a quick lunch. And if we have to stay out here long, well, then it'll turn into dinner. That's what they are. A lot of sand trout lighting up the hummingbird. They kept nipping at this until a big one got brave enough to actually take the hook. Here we go. Pretty big sand trout right there. I do not prefer the taste of those guys, so just lost him. Not that time. Oh my gosh, lost him again. Yeah. I'm gonna spot lock right here. 2 good bites. There we are. There we are. Oh, that's a big one, y'all. We started having head shakes, but now he just kind of stopped. Oh my gosh, I don't know that I like the looks of this fella. It looks like we have him foul hooked, whatever it is. And we do. Oh my gosh, but look at what we got though. How does this even happen? That is a gorgeous speckled trout right there. And that's the keeper of the day. But in light of being a great sportsman, you're not technically supposed to keep anything that you foul hook. It's not a legal catch. All right, let's get this out of his side and send him on his merry way. 2 keepers on the day. Just can't do it. Some big ones down there. The first bite that we got was probably a rather large fish. I mean, he held on to it 2 times. So after I tried to set the hook the first time and missed, it chased right back after it and set the hook again, grabbed him momentarily, but then got off again. See if we can get lucky with a redfish down there, because this spot right here is really well known for big old huge redfish. There we go. Now that one's shaking his head. And it's a speckled trout. Very healthy winter speckled trout right there. All right. Oh, we got him. All right. I didn't think we had him. It's pretty cool whenever you can come out and just start catching these guys one after another. They are a schooling fish, so that's the good thing about these fellas. Man, we got some pretty big swells. I got to watch out that I don't lose my center of gravity and then get flipped over, but yeah, if I had some wood to knock on, I would, because I have never not once flipped this kayak. And that's a pretty good track record whenever you fish a lot throughout the year, and it's been 4 years. So I've been into some sketchy situations, but she's always taken care of me. So yes, I guess that's about pretty much it. Hopefully we get over here safely to our fishing grounds, and we're gonna be able to catch 1 or 2 more fish before we end our final trip. I say final, but I'm pretty sure there will be some situations where I'm gonna want to bring this kayak versus what we're gonna be using here in the near future. Yeah, that's gonna do it. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to catch anything else. Conditions are a little bit sporty now. The camera does a horrible job at showing just how bad the water chop is. So I got to turn around and go with this stuff and keep an eye on my backside so that we don't get thrown off balance. But thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate all of y'all throughout the entire year. 2023 has been it's been a decent one. And I'm looking forward to 2024. So as y'all celebrate New Year's Eve with family, friends, and whatever it is that you like to do, stay careful. Looking forward to the new year, and leave comments if y'all have anything that I did not touch on the Autopilot 120. It's been a spectacular ride with this particular kayak. I mean, they are most certainly capable here in the Texas waters. Until next time, tight lines, y'all.